Hello and welcome back to my channel, Tahara Loves Pilates. I've got a lovely session for you today. It's going to work out the body from head to toe. So we're going to start in a seated position. Feet are flat on the floor. Feel your sitting bones underneath you. Those are those two knobbly bones that you might be able to feel as you rock from side to side. Reach the fingertips forwards, and at the very base of your spine is your tailbone, and you're going to reach it forwards. As you reach it forwards, you'll start to feel the body moving backwards. Keep the fingertips reaching so you can get a lovely stretch at the back of the body and start to feel some abdominal work. Taking your time to set the spine down bone by bone. You might feel like you're about to fall back. Keep that control, keep that scooping action of the tailbone. Use your breath, breathe out. Nice and controlled. Arms relaxed by the sides and feet coming in so you can really feel the weight through the feet. Take a breath in here, and as you breathe out, engaging the abdominals, control one leg to tabletop. You're going to keep the leg there, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, bring second leg to tabletop. Keep hold of these abdominal muscles here as you control one leg all the way down, second leg all the way down, and repeat. Using that breath out to contract those core muscles, keeping everything nice and stable, the pelvis, the head, neck and shoulders, very little movement of the spine. Very little rocking of the pelvis, staying nice and neutral. And next time both legs are elevated in this tabletop position, we're just going to hold here, take a breath in and a breath out. Breath in, breath out. Really get that sense of the abdominal wall pulling downwards. Inhale, exhale, and from here bring your left leg down to the floor. Keep your right leg elevated as we go straight into toe taps. Exhale as the toe taps down, inhale as the leg returns up. Pelvis stays nice and stable. And really tuning into the spine and the head, making sure that it's not shifting up and down, being pulled with the pelvis. Remember, we want to keep the pelvis nice and stable. Bring the right leg all the way down, left leg to tabletop. Exhale as that left leg taps down. Just a tiny little tap, we're not putting weight into the foot here. Just imagine that you're testing the temperature in a swimming pool with the toe. Nice and relaxed in the upper body, all that work going on here in the core. Keep the left leg elevated, use your breath to control your right leg up too, so that exhale. And let's alternate left leg, right leg. Absolutely fine if you want to repeat the previous version, which was one leg at a time. Do what feels good, and then as you repeat these videos, start to progress to a bit more of a challenge. Two legs elevated is definitely a challenge, even just holding them there. Place the weight into each foot as you bring the legs down, reaching the fingertips towards the feet until they begin to lift up off the floor, send them up and overhead. Circle the arms down and round the sides. Feel the rotation at the shoulder joint. Really allow the palms to rotate. Definitely feeling some movement between the surface I'm lying on and my shoulder blades. Lovely stretch. And reverse. Send the arms up and over. Really controlling the weight of the arms, especially as they come up and over the head. Remember to use the breath to release any tension that's going on through the body. And relax the arms down. Hug the knees in towards the chest and feel your lower back now in contact with the floor. Going to keep the lower back in contact with the floor. Bring the arms back down by the sides of the body and the palms are facing down. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, just send the thighs a short distance away from the torso. And inhale, return the knees back in towards you. Exhale, reach. Inhale, bring the knees back in. Pelvis stays in that scooped position. If you've seen other videos, this will be your 6 o'clock position where that marble's tipping towards your belly button. As your legs reach away, you might feel the lower back wanting to arch away from the floor. So that's about where you want to get to, just before the lower back starts to want to pull away. Keep that scooped motion, that 6 o'clock tilt of the pelvis. And hug the knees in once again. Bring your right leg down, hold the back of your left knee and reach your foot up towards the ceiling. Take a little bit of time to stretch the hamstrings, maybe point and flex the foot. Just feel different muscles get involved with the stretch. And swapping over, right leg stretch. Bringing both legs back in. So this is just a variation of the previous exercise we've done. We're going to make it a little bit challenging. Repeat just the knees if you feel like it, or moving on to stretching both legs up towards the ceiling, pressing the legs together, get some inner thigh work going on as well. So I'm still in that sort of scooped position. My lower back is definitely in contact with the floor, and it's going to stay there as I breathe out and hinge the legs away from the torso. Inhale, legs return back. So we only need to move the legs a short distance from the body today to feel that work. And you're moving the legs away as long as you can keep that connection, that contact with the lower back. As soon as you start to feel maybe the back arching away from the floor, we've gone too far. So even if you're just moving centimetres, that's perfect. You should definitely be feeling this work here in the centre. From here, let's separate the legs. So send your right leg away, keep your left leg towards you, and switching over. Press the palms slightly into the floor so you're getting some support from the shoulder girdle as well. And just listen to your body. Make sure the range that you're moving the legs in is comfortable for you. So again, if it's just a small motion, that's perfect. Increase it as you start to feel your body get stronger and you can really control what's going on here at the core. Bring the knees in, bring the feet down one by one, and we're going to drop the knees over to one side. Just take a few breaths here, a little twist for the body, keeping the shoulders down against the floor, and bringing the knees up and over to the other side. And legs back to centre. Going to roll onto our side, just making a little pillow for the head with the arm and we're stretching both legs away. So flex the feet, and this is going to help make sure that your pelvis stays nice and aligned. So your hips are stacked on top of each other. We've not got one kind of dropped and one higher than the other. This is going to cause a bit of a curve through the spine. So keep the pelvises stacked so you can really keep that alignment right the way up through the skull. Flex the feet. We're going to point the top leg as it reaches away. We're going to flex the foot as we drop it back down. Pointing the toe, lengthen up, flex and pull it down. Each time you reach the leg away as it comes up and as it comes down, feel like that leg is getting longer. You can rest the hand on the pelvis here, or just gently in front of the chest, not too much pressure on the hands. Maybe just a light fingertip touch. Point the leg, keep the leg about hip height as you come into leg circles. Everything here between the tailbone and the crown of the head nice and stable. So you should definitely be feeling the core working. Hard to keep your balance. If you need to bring the underneath leg in, you can bend it in. That's going to increase your base of support and give you some extra support as you circle that top leg. Let's reverse the direction. And just breathe however's comfortable here. Each time you're breathing, however, engaging those muscles, those abdominal muscles. So it's just a subtle feeling of your abdominal wall being pulled in towards the spine. And bringing the leg down. Let's come up and have a stretch of that leg. So let's do this in a crossed leg position. The leg that was working, that was on top, we're going to cross that in front. Reaching the arms forwards, just nodding the head down. Bringing the arms back in. And now let's stretch that leg. Turn the body so that it's facing towards the leg and walk the hands down. Should feel a hamstring stretch here and maybe a bit of a stretch in that opposite hip as well. Let's repeat that leg exercise on the other side. Swinging the legs round, making sure you've got enough room to reach the legs. Bringing the head down and just preparing the body. Just about enough room. Pelvis nice and stacked, pointing that leg as it comes up, flexing as it drops down. Point and flex. Pushing through the toes, pushing through that heel, controlling everything between the head to tailbone, so we're not sinking in to the floor here as we lift that leg, but we're keeping everything nice and stable. Keeping the leg long now as you come into circles, up and over. Remember to bend that underneath leg if you need that extra support, or if you're keeping it long, that's fantastic. Can definitely feel the body rocking forwards and backwards as the core works hard to stabilize my body. And reverse the direction. And bringing the leg down. Gently pressing the body up, bringing that leg, crossing it in front, and and reaching forwards for a stretch. Just nodding the head down. Taking some lovely long breaths here. Walking the hands in and stretch that leg away. Twist the body so that you're facing the leg and just walk the hands down. Gently walk the hands back in. So we're coming back into our roll back exercise now. We started the session with this. Now the body's a little bit more warmer. Should really feel more of a stretch through the body and more work here at the core. Reaching those fingers away. Tailbone reaches forwards. Remember that scooping action. Use your breath out as well as you go. Reaching the fingertips forwards. Reaching that tailbone forwards. And just taking your time relaxing the shoulders. Inhaling and exhaling in your own time, but using that breath to help scoop, nice and controlled, and bringing the feet in. Hopefully that felt a bit more comfortable, more controlled the second time around. I'm going to interlace the hands now for some chest lifting. Place the hands at the back of the head. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, curling up. Breathe in as the head comes down, and breathe out as you chest lift up. Remember, the breath is helping to facilitate this forwards and backwards movement. Really dropping the ribs down, keeping the head heavy in the hands for avoiding any neck tension. The arms should really feel this one as well, because the arms should be helping to support the weight of the head. The head's very heavy. Head comes down. Bring the knees in towards the chest. So we're repeating two exercises and adding them to our chest lift today. So pressing the knees together, the ankles together, and reach the legs up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, we're going to curl up into our chest lift. We're going to hold it here. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, send the legs away. Inhale, return. Exhale, reach. Inhale, return. Each time you breathe out, rib cage is dropping and sinking. Core working hard, activating. Head comes down just for a breath. On your next exhale, coming back up into your chest lift. Keep it there as you switch the legs. Absolutely fine to return the head back down towards the floor here. Remember to keep that lower back in contact with the floor. Bend the knees in, return the head back down towards the floor, and just drop the feet one by one. Stretch the legs away, stretch the arms away. And just make a star shape, reach the fingertips, reach the toes. Exhale and just relax the body into the floor. exhale, relax the body into the floor. Gently just reeling the arms back in, the legs back in. Going to roll over onto our front now. This next exercise might give you a bit of a stretch at the abdominals as well. So rolling on over. Palms are flat into the floor and about chest height. Elbows are reaching down towards the feet. Here with the pelvis, there's a slight press of my pubic bone into the floor, so we're avoiding any super arching in the back, but just lengthening out here. So there's a slight press. So you should see my lower back stretching out a little bit. I can definitely feel my core engaging as I do this tilt. So if you're lying on your back, it would be as though you're tilting that marble towards the belly button, lengthening out the lower back, and just engaging the core here. Palms either side of the chest, crown of the head is reaching away, so we're not shortening the neck, but keeping it nice and long. Shoulders pull down and away from the ears. There's a slight tip of the elbows towards the feet as you lengthen the chest away from the floor. Should feel that work in between the shoulder blades here. Shoulders pull down, crown of the head reaches forwards. Taking it that little step further, shoulders pull down, tipping the elbows down towards the feet, that little lift of the chest. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, pushing the floor away. Taking your time now to set the body back down, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. So keep pushing the floor away. Start to press the elbows back towards the feet as you bring the thighs down, then the pubic bone, then the belly button, then the chest, then the face, and again. Shoulders pull back, really organising the shoulders. Breath out as you push the floor away. And then taking your time to set the body down, keeping those shoulders away from those ears. This is our swan exercise. Nice and controlled. Last one, shoulders pull back. And from here, just fold at the hips. From here, keep the pelvis over the knees and just reach the arms forwards. Feel a stretch through the arms, through the upper back. And then gently walking the hands in. Let's just take a final little twist to cool the body down. So just come into a seated position, lengthen the legs away. So again, if this feels a bit of a challenge to sit into this position, you can grab a cushion, or if you have any yoga or Pilates blocks, that can help as well. It just takes some of the pressure off the hip flexors, off the thighs. Stack the arms on top of one another like so. Spine's lengthening up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, we're going to twist towards one side. Breath in as you twist back to the centre. Breath out as you twist towards the other side. Breath out as you come back to the centre. Breath in, sorry, as you come back to the centre. Breath out to twist away. Breath in to return to centre. So here the pelvis stays nice and square. Imagine headlights on the left and the right, hip pointing forwards, and they're going to stay there as you twist. And then just dropping the shoulders. This time let's twist. Again, keep the pelvis square as you walk the hands again down the leg. We did a version of this earlier where the opposite leg was bent in, so hopefully maybe feeling that you can stretch that a little bit further on this second go. Walk the hands in nice and gently and twist to the other side. And walking the hands in. Lastly, walking the hands through the centre. Nod the head down. Again, just go as far as is comfortable. And gently walk the hands in. I hope you enjoyed that session. Let me know in the comments how you got on. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more and more exercises coming your way. Thank you. See you soon. Thank you so much for joining in. Please do click the like button on this video. It really does help more people to find me. Also, please subscribe to find out when I upload more videos and Pilates sessions for you.